Denis Brown is one of the most outstanding and provocative of Western contemporary calligraphers, which is all the more remarkable for being an Irishman raised on mere potatoes. He has been called the Beethoven of calligraphy and suffers references to Mick Jagger, Nigel Kennedy and Channel 4. He is here today to demonstrate a surprisingly dynamic approach to his art.
Hello Malcolm, lovely to be with you. How are you?
So Denis, can you please enlighten us as to why the fuck is calligraphy so interesting?
Okay, calligraphy is hard to demonstrate on the radio, but perhaps I can add visuals for the video format. The word calligraphy means beautiful writing. In the West, it's been the means of preserving texts in manuscripts before printing type became widespread in the 14th century. A wide range of calligraphic styles survives as were fashioned in various historical periods. Calligraphy continues to be used for handmade documents, from citations and formal presentations to wedding invitations and place cards. It's also used in graphic design, for logos and titling. Some calligraphers use their craft to make expressive art. In some contemporary calligraphy, we might even value expression beyond the legibility of the text we write.
Okay, I got all that, but look, I have a book of Shakespeare, just one of our British legends in literature. I can't even understand it, so why give us additional problems with intelligibility? I mean, can the BBC even accept that?
That's okay. Illegibility is unacceptable to some. Have you read that book of Shakespeare?
Well, I did read a bit, but, for my own part, it was Greek to me.
That's right, Julius Caesar, Act 1, Scene 2. For mine own part, 'twas Greek to me. Old Shakespeare was an ace crack. James Joyce, one of Dublin's most honoured authors, wrote, "God, isn't he dreadful? A ponderous Saxon. He thinks you're not a gentleman. God, these bloody English, bursting with money and indigestion. Because he comes from Oxford."
Well, that Shakespeare book acts more as a doorstop at home. But what's the point in writing calligraphy that's difficult to read?
As in the spoken word, expression can sometimes transcend the literal meaning. With voice, it's in the tonality, such as exclamations, shouting, or crying. In song, the musicality of the vocals may be primary. The sound of the libretto in opera is more appreciated than its text. And for a calligrapher, text may or may not be the most important.
Oh, sorry, I was distracted by a text message on my phone. Not sure who it was from. Some nigger in Nigeria who doesn't understand proper English, I expect. Like you. Ha. Could you please say it again, with better enunciation?
So your text message was not important?
Touché. Oops. Oh dear. You are correct, Paddy, for once. I mean, Denis.
For the artistic calligrapher, text is one component complemented by all the visual means of expression: line, colour, form, texture, and so on.
We all have an idea of what calligraphy is about. An old relative who writes our name in a fancy style on birthday envelopes, right?
Well...
Now, Denis, you are an honoured fellow of the Calligraphy and Lettering Arts Society here in Great Britain, aren't you?
That's right, Malcolm. Its current magazine, just published, was written and designed by myself and another Dublin calligrapher, David McGrail. It features a wide range of calligraphy, from the traditional to works with a conceptual message that's independent of the texts written. For example, one work has a message of empathy for Ukrainians displaced by war.
Well, that's jolly interesting, isn't it? But those birthday envelopes were really quite fun. Okay, we have a call just coming in with a question from one of our listeners. Hello.
Hey Denis. I'm rather fond of the font called Comic Sans. Have you tried it?
Well, yes, looking at typography is a great way to begin exploring letter forms, isn't it?
Another call from Donald in Wales.
Oh, Donald Jackson, a great calligrapher. Hello, Donald.
But those wiggly serifs are such a pain. I mean, such a pain. Such a pain.
Oh dear, that Donald. Not my first or second choice, but the third most famous of the Donalds I know. Yeah, Don, serifs take a bit of patience. Keep at it.
I believe we have a call from Bartholomew.
Look, help me write my punishment lines in badass.
Well, Bart, you're right that attitude in writing may be powerfully expressive. Badass is as badass writes.
Oh, I just love his demonstrations.
Come on, Ned, it's not real calligraphy. I really know real. When I see it, believe me, Ned.
Shut the serif again.
It says here you are a former fellow of our Society of Scribes and Illuminators. What's that? Former.
The SSI is a noble society dedicated to the preservation of the modern British tradition of calligraphy. I'm a former fellow since living abroad. I'm not easily able to join meetings and properly participate.
Good excuse. Lots of comments incoming. Let's take another call.
I like a cursing scripter.
Mr. Bean, do you mean cursive?
Of course, yes I do, for fuck's sake.
Yes, cursive is more fluid writing with faster pen strokes. Italic is a well-known cursive, and the Gothic cursive is called bastarda.
Exactly. All Goths are bastards, in my opinion.
I have a question for Mr. Denis. Is there a frog style of calligraphy? I mean, I'd like to give it a go.
Sure, Kermit, I love it. First, jump into a muddy pool. I mean a really muddy pool. Then go find a clothesline with clean white sheets. You know what to do. Printmaking, right?
Yes, okay, but those birthday envelopes were really quite fun.
Okay, next question.
From the United States, we have Shaggy.
Me, I like Gothic. Don't you too, Scooby?
Huh? Scooby-Doo?
Right, Shaggy, Gothic's distinctive black letter form makes it attractive to many.
Next, Frank has a comment.
I've got you under my vellum.
Hello, Frank. Yes, that's right. Vellum is calfskin used for writing before the adoption of paper, and we still value it for special occasions. Italics are great styles to use on vellum.
I like your style, but I did it my way.
We have a printmaker on the line from America, yet again. It seems our Denis gets around a fair bit.
You make prints you see per pound. Paw prints mostly, I'm the dog. Yo, got paw print tips for the Snoop Doggy Dog.
Paw print tips. Okay, well, I do hand printmaking. Like I said to Kermit, if you want to make a lasting impression, get low down and dirty.
Get low down and dirty. Yo, I know.
Sniff it, feck it, pee on it.
Sniff it, fuck it, piss it. That my shit, yo. Oh yeah, bro. And this dog is on to the next social media post. I'm down.
How about Flintstone script?
Hi, Fred. Yes, stone is a material used for some of the most permanent lettering inscriptions. Flint is very sharp, isn't it? You could probably cut limestone with it.
Then it's a rock abba dabba.
Okay, thank you very much, Denis Brown, speaking to us live from our former colony, Dublin, in a place called Ireland. This is Malcolm Buggeridge for the BBC, London. Okay, Denis, that's a take. Mr. Biden seems to support you, Paddy's a mix. Insisting on a Good Friday Agreement. Britain signed it during a rare moment of sympathy, but we never imagined we would regret that absolute idiot Trump leading. Oh shit.
Hey, what
The mic is still recording.
Ha, beat cheese.
That was unprofessional. This is Kermit the Frog, signing out for Sesame Street News.